Well, ain't a rebuild. What up, man? We're back with the Chargers rebuild, and I don't know why I said back, but we are realistically rebuilding these Chargers, and this is a voiceover at the moment. I like to start these with the voiceover because I don't know why, but 6 minutes from now, it'll be all live from the rest of this. So, of course, we're looking at free agency. Why wouldn't you? Cornerback really isn't an issue for us, but we will end up signing one. Another guy I think might have retired in real life. I'm not 100% sure. But Nick Mangold, Chargers, big offensive line issues, which I believe they drafted a few, if I'm not mistaken. Did they draft a few? I think they drafted a lot of offensive line this draft. But, of course, we take Nick Mangold. We take Sam Shields, reunite him with his old Packer teammate Casey Hayward, give him a chance, and we make for one of the best CB trios in the league. Which is pretty nice. Nothing really else changing there. Antonio Gates, we do have as the backup to Hunter Henry. Technically, Gates was injured all year, I believe. But even then, Hunter Henry is the better option at 21 years old and better stats. He just doesn't have the awareness that Gates has, so obviously Gates is going to be a 90 there. Plus, Gates is going to retire after this year, so unless we win a Super Bowl this year, doesn't really matter. Overall, this isn't the hardest team in the world to rebuild. But at the same time, we're still going to need a few decent drafts or just really good performances. Here, Kyle Emanuel getting some way high offers that are not worth it, in my opinion. So what we're going to do is make it a little more fair. Offer our fourth and Emanuel for the third-round pick from the Texans, which I think is a lot more fair. No one can really argue that point, I don't think. And then week 3, absolutely no draft stories, which is super sweet. We have the free agents upcoming free agents from our team. And the two guys we really want are Adai and Ingram. Thing about Ingram, though, is he's 28 already, and he wants a damn 5-year contract, which he wants to be paid really good, at least $10 million a year, which I don't know what they did in real life, but I personally don't think it's worth. Well, maybe it's worth in real life, but in game they start regressing at 29. You know, he'd be 34 by the time the contract kind of ran out. I don't think it's worth it, so we're going to try to get him on a cheaper / shorter deal, or just get him a franchise tag, perhaps. We got the rookies, the rookies here. Deloach wins Heisman, so we know he has superstar dev. Know about some superstar development trait players here. And Deloach is probably one of the bigger needs we have, especially if we let Ingram go or Atachu go. So we do need him if that is the case, or at least some sort of pass rushing linebacker. And we make the playoffs at 9-6-1. Of course, the Raiders, you would expect to be the number ones. Drew Kaiser lost 2 points for having a decent average. I don't know why they hated on him so hard. But here is the team's schedule. 2-2 in preseason. And, of course, you can see 9-6-1. So, of course, that's still playoffs. I don't give a shit how we got here. As long as we made it. 23 touchdowns to 17 picks. Not good year one at all. Melvin Gordon had a pretty damn good season. Keenan Allen, of course, you would expect him to do well. Hunter Henry did really well for a tight end, especially a youngster. Offensive line did really well as well, considering it's one of the worst cores in the league at the moment, especially in Madden. Sack totals, kind of expected that. Pick totals, wished it was more, especially from great corners like ours. Lambeau, decent season. Kaiser, like I said, I don't think it was too bad of a season, but I guess he regressed anyways. No touchdowns in the kick return, punt return game. Offensive, average. I suppose it's average. Defensive, really good at number 5. And here are the awards. Are we going to get any sort of awards? You would think with one of the best young defensive cores in the league, we'd land one of the Defensive Rookie Year, Player of the Year awards. And, of course, Steelers taking many, many awards, trying to find if we have any of them. And not really looking great for our totals so far. And I guess the game was like, nah, bro. Jatavis Brown wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Can't really tell if I'd rather have him or Bosa win, because Bosa is going to go up no matter what because how beast and young he is. But Jatavis, he's already kind of on the older side. I believe he's like 2 years older than Bosa now, at least in Madden. And by the way, I say at least in Madden because in real life, you obviously account birthdays. Madden don't give a shit about no damn birthdays, all right? It's 1 year later, you're 1 year older. So at least that's how I'm pretty sure it works. I don't think they include birthdays. The team is upgraded, or not upgraded yet, but that's the team with the XP. So obviously not a lot of XP, but a decent bit to get us going. Philip Rivers obviously not going to upgrade at all with his age in the game. I mean, he'd have to have a lot of XP, like 100K to even move maybe like 3 or 4 overalls. Safety core definitely needs an upgrade. But here we are going on to the wild card round against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So an 80 overall to their 80 overall. We're probably an 81, 82. Just hasn't actually upgraded yet. And here we are in the second quarter, up 21-7. Start of the third. Who gets the ball first? It is us, and we are up 28-7. And they get one back. We're going down the field already, though. We're just like, you know what? We believe, all right? We believe. 35-14, 42-14, 42-21. And we finish the game in their red zone, 42-21. Sorry, Adrian Peterson. Not going to happen, bro. 42-21 is a pretty damn good score for a wildcard team to have. Blake Bortles not happy at all. Of course, we have this stats for the game. Blake Bortles, decent, just not as near perfect as Rivers was. Melvin Gordon also near perfect. Pretty damn good stats for him. The wide receivers, spread the youth as per usual. I mean, that's a pretty damn good week 1, I'd like to think, in the playoffs. I mean, now I'm actually into the real voice of the not over in this rebuild, and it's ironic. We're doing really well. I know the Chargers do kind of like here and there they make the playoffs randomly, but it's usually after like maybe the second or third year. That's when, you know, the youngness, because that's really what it is. It's not even about the development trait, which I might look at in the future. I mean, it helps obviously, but it's all about that age. And, you know, Bosa and Melvin Gordon and Hunter Henry in this game is 21. That is ridiculous. If you can find a guy as decent as Hunter Henry at tight end that's 21, I don't care if he's like 60 overall. And if he has potential, you use him, because age is all that matters in this. It's kind of early in this rebuild, so if you guys are still out there watching, let me know if there's any YouTubers that are kind of near me, or you think they're really humble and they actually would collab with someone like me. Not that somebody that wouldn't collab with me is they're not humble. Like, obviously, you know, some of the shit I say, I don't blame them. But just know if anyone is looking to collab, I'm not gonna. If you want me to not swear or be a weird freak, just let me know. I'll be on the video for the most part. So, you know, even if you're less than me, like, I'm not just looking for someone that is my total or higher. You know, I'm looking for someone. Oh my God, what is going on here? Okay, so we're up by 1, but it's Tom Brady. Oh, please. If we can beat the Patriots, we can beat anyone. Are you serious? We're just giving Tom Brady the Super Bowl. Wow, what is this defense? This Chargers defense is the GOAT. The offense is just terrible. Let's just be honest. The offense. Oh, did we beat the Patriots? Oh, no, we didn't. Year 1 rebuild for the Chargers. New Java update. I've had that Java update sitting there for 3, 4, 5 years. Not really, but probably at least a month and a half. Many updates I just skip out on. Antonio Gates, you want that ring, bro? I know you're not starting because Hunter Henry, which I will admit is kind of unrealistic. If they had a healthy Antonio Gates, they would definitely. Has he retired yet? I think he might have. But they definitely would use him over Hunter Henry. But technically at the same time, in Madden, Hunter Henry's rating, it tells me that he has enough potential to start. So I don't know. I think they would split it. Honestly, I think they would split it. Sam Shields. I don't pay attention to the Chargers at all usually. So I don't know if they sign Sam Shields or they sign this or that. But reuniting the ex-Packers together. Let's go on though. We're the best team besides the Steelers, and I wonder what our ranking or our ratings are compared to them. 84-88. Come on, EA Sim. You know you want the underdog to win one of these times. We took out the Patriots. Like, I know the Steelers are technically better, but the Patriots, they cheat, all right? No, but they definitely have some sim luck for sure. Man, I don't know how to feel about this. I don't feel great. I really don't. Defense, man. Damn, we're going to lose 34-13. Comes down to who's got the better ground game. And we don't have any game. Apparently, like oh, what a play on 4th and 8. Huge play. And it's an interception. Philip Rivers. Did not get it done for us. I actually believed that there was a chance we were going to win this year one. Guess that's not the case. 37 to what, 13? That's rough. That's rough. Definitely going to be looking for a quarterback in the draft. Phillip Rivers did all right down the stretch. I mean, he did all right. Actually, did I even look at the last game's stats? I think I did, and I just wasn't paying attention. Felipe actually played better than Big Ben. It's just Melvin Gordon did not play as well as Le'Veon Bell, which is hard to, beat because 4.3 a carry isn't bad. It's just didn't run a lot either. That's another thing. Keenan Allen with 2 touchdowns. Damn, man, that sucks. That sucks so much. Super Bowl week, I remember who in the chat. I might throw it in. I mean, if I'm not too lazy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I forget, but someone did tell me that. No, that's the wrong thing. That's what they told me. Real insight, huh? But they told me something about during the draft week that someone in the draft, or the draft the week, yeah, whoever is All-Star MVP is a superstar development trade automatically. So if that's true, I appreciate it, bro, because I need these automatic superstars as much as I can get them. Looks like a black Troy Polamalu a little bit. I don't know why. I don't know if that's actually hair on his shoulder or if that's the star is blue. I think it is. So George Keaton, or Jorge Keaton. George. Take a look at George. It sucks we don't need him because I'm pretty sure he's a running back unless he's like a wide receiver that decided to run one week. Damn, he's 24. If he wasn't 24, he'd be the absolute GOAT. That's some sheed, my need. Yeah, you know what word I was gonna, I ain't like that, but I'm just saying. I ain't like it, but it's cool with me if it's cool with you. Always 22. Jude, boy, man. Boy! I don't know if I'm going to let him go, honestly. I don't know. Gates retires. That's kind of the reason why we had Henry as the starter. Plus, he caught up to Gates already anyways. Take a look at this. Tom Brady doesn't get that ring like he did in real life, which is pretty accurate because in real life, he really should not have won. Falcons win by a landslide. Damn, the Falcons defense swarmed. I really don't know how that, I'm telling you, that this rebuild, it's June 13th right now. It's late June 13th, so this video will come up in like 15, 16 hours. So I'm talking about something that's really old, but man, I still don't get it. So the contract isn't crazy, but he's also not a crazy good player. About 9.7 a year. I wish I could see what the tag is. Maybe I'll just give him the 5-year, but lowball him that way. Because if you lowball him with years, they automatically don't sign. Gonna test it. How much? 8.84? Are you serious? I mean, I'll take that. That's a huge steal for us. Because we wanted him, but he's about to be 29. And to keep him till he's 34, that's ridiculous. Which I try that, and he's just like, no chance, pal. Not a chance. Kawan Short. Did we want a guy like Kawan? Defensive tackle. You don't see that. Who do we have? So DT is a big need for us. We'll try to get that in the draft, though. We'll try. Sam Shields actually getting some offers, which sucks. I didn't really anticipate him getting any sort of offers. Offensive line, a huge issue for us, which is really easy to fill in the draft. But at the same time, if I can get him for cheap here, why not? He's decent for us last year. I can't really complain. Kenny Stills. He always develops decently. Not really a fan here. Are we serious? The only guy I get is Terrence Williams in good timing. Oh, sexual. Damn it. Oh, a 7.7. Gotta be good. Really? Early 6? You gotta take him, though, either way. Probably one of those guys with quick dev, no stats. Is that the move is the question. I would prefer to get someone late, so if we can nail that. 24 is rough. 22, these guys don't look good at all. Run stopper, mid-first, 23 years old, looking really, really, really good. Let's take a look at the positions. Offensive line is a huge need, which we hopefully land at least 1 or 2 guys in the end of the draft. Wide receiver, we got Terrence Williams, but honestly, didn't even need him. We really didn't. So I think, as of right now, we're absolutely fine at wide receiver. So we're not going to touch that unless we find someone great. Obviously, that guy late in the draft as well. Defensively, I think middle linebacker we're fine, but you always want to grab one youngster. Pass rush linebacker, we're fine there as well, but why not? Interior defensive line is where we really have needs. Safety is also a huge issue for us. So I don't want to go reaching where I don't belong. So let's take a look at where we are. We're probably, what, 27? We are 29. One of the worst picks. Just like the Packers, one of the worst picks in the entire draft that you could possibly ask for. I think we're just going to let it happen. 3 quarterbacks straight off the bat. Wow. 3 in a row. I believe this is going to be Deloach, even though they don't need him. No, they took a defensive tackle. Browns definitely take Deloach. No, they take Nolan. I don't think that's a bad pick either. Lions, they don't need him. They took a pass rushing linebacker in a 4-3. Interesting. So first things first, I want to see if there's anyone draft or offering first rounds. Oh, God. The Redskins aren't a great team either. Do I just take the Redskins pick here? I do. My game better not have fucking froze again, man. Thank you. My game froze a minute ago. Oh my God, man. This shit pisses me the fuck off. I don't know whose third round we have, by the way. Oh, Major and a later second round pick is enough to get it. I know he was 25 and I was going to use... Oh, shit. I almost just skipped the head through the draft. I was going to use him, but I don't think that's the move. Overall, this is the guy for us. He looks amazing. Please don't let me down. At least normal. Quick development trait. An absolute steal and a half, which gives me a predicament. I believe Atachu might go to middle linebacker. I believe he might, because this guy has to start somewhere. Like, the first round was amazing, and then there's just nothing else. The Falcons, I don't know whose pick that is. It's a third rounder. Browns did land a quarterback, so they're probably not going to do that badly. I think we're going to take the Falcons because we get to stay in the third round. I know it's way down there, but still, they go cornerback, 5th round. So mid 4th is what we're looking at. So another trade down coming up for us. Like this shit right here, where if it freezes, like this is another freeze within 10 minutes. 3 freezes within 30-minute span. Like, it could get even worse. I don't know if we're going to end up having to trade up or not. Looks good. We're going to take him. Please be decent. Normal. I mean, he's got potential. Definitely a starter. Definitely starter quality. I automatically looked at the overall and said, he's terrible. But actually, really good player here. It's just awareness. Awareness is bad. Definitely the right guard. This guy looks solid. What is he? Normal. One of the best players I've ever seen because he's 21 for offensive lineman. What a steal there. Here, I know the guy says he's red, but maybe he's got the good development trait because look at those. Like, you can't pass on that combine early in the 6th. I guess not. I guess he's actually shit. But once again, one of those players that's not bad for a user league. Absolutely terrible here. But we don't have a third string middle linebacker, so what's the difference? But the big question is going to be, who was the best in the draft? We landed a really good draft, I think. We landed a left tackle who just missing awareness and all that. Crowder, who's just amazing in general. Minnis, who's amazing. Jefferson, absolute shit. Graham, absolute shit. And Dowd, absolute shit. But once again, we landed tons of stuff for the next draft. So if this is the draft that we see some great talent, then we're set, you know? But he's one of those legendary quarterbacks, 84+ overall with superstar. Every single time you expect one of these guys to show up, which I believe was the 1st overall pick. The Jets was the 2nd, but I'm going to Boyman first, apparently. He's slow as well. 76 overall. This was the 3rd pick in the draft. Not clearly as good, but it's one of those times where everyone's desperate and only 1 or 2 people can get the guys they want. Dallas Morrow, normal dev. So really the Jets and Niners kind of grabbed a mix of the two. The two mixed together to kind of make the number 1 overall pick. Wow, did they grab 2 guys that are 21 with beastie stats? The legends, man. The legends themselves out here. Are they both not pass? I thought Deloach was a pass rusher. I guess they're not. Superstar for Deloach. We knew that. 21, he's amazing. Hodge, normal. The Lions landed a pretty good core there. But I'm pretty sure he's superstar. Keaton, 72 overall. Superstar. So I believe whoever said that is correct. If he wasn't 24, he'd be really amazing because of his actual good speed. His agility and excel are pretty bad, but he is. Let's see how big he is, actually. I'm kind of curious. I mean, they don't really accurately represent players in this game. This guy's got to be a guaranteed thug. How many middle linebackers do you need, guys? The answer is too damn many. Normal, so I'm so happy we didn't go for him. Assuming that was the guy. It was either him or the Bucks guy. But I think the other guy was the guy. Bentley. Either way, they're both slow as hell. Good hit power, just slow as shit. But let's take a look at those stats. What is Dev? Normal, nothing too spectacular. Not a bad player, just, not really needed at all. At the end of the day, the draft that we thought was going to be really legendary wasn't really all that hot. We landed some of the better players from the draft as well. We have some players that we might be able to trade, speaking of. So apparently after 1 week, we win a week, win a game, but no one wants any of the players we have. There we go. Okung. I know they paid a lot for him just recently, but someone actually wants him. I'm going to go to the Broncos, who I believe just got rid of him. The damn penalty on legit is crazy. Luckily, he goes up at defensive tackle, and he should be fine enough for now. We'll have a couple of guys to upgrade a tiny bit, but nothing really too much to worry about. An overall better team, though, just like we expected. Team on the defensive line is looking better, too. I don't know if Itachi, his overall hasn't really changed, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make the conversion properly. Menace, hopefully he is a menace to society. I'm sorry. But yeah, and then we have Linton, who obviously is a beast at his position. Mikkel needs to go up a rank. But he's a beast at free safety now for us. And special teams hasn't changed. Kaiser's a beast. But I'm going to keep everything, I think, at 300% for kicker, punter. Just, why not? Who cares? If our guys have it, their guys have it. Same difference. By the way, look at this guy. Lacey Chambers, 21 years old, 6'2", 235. An absolute tank of a man. That is crazy. 6'2", sexual height for a wide receiver. So I found 2 decent. Who do we got here? Thomas Warner, wide receiver, winning by a landslide, huh? Oh man, silences critics. This Lacey Chambers, man. I don't know what to do because we don't need a running back at all. But it's just I've never seen a guy so beast. Was a monster. Ooh, right end. Ooh, beastie. Going into the playoffs, are we going to be in them again? We got lucky last time to be in them. What about this one? 12-4 is a forced game. Wow, being in this division sucks. This division is not a good division to be in. Let's take a look at our record, though. 1-3 in preseason. 1-1. 1-2. 3-2. What the hell? 3-4? 3-4, and then just every single game was a win. Absolutely impressive. Did we win any awards? That's the question. When you go 12-4, and I know we didn't make our, we didn't win the division again, but when you go 12-4, you got to do something. This defense is clearly the thing holding us up, and the ground game, though. Brandon Oliver with 18 rushing touchdowns. Holy shit. Terrell Williams, 14 touchdowns, and then you could see almost three 1,000-yard receivers. Wow, that's really good. Offensive line played pretty decently considering. Crowder as a rookie right tackle. 5 sacks given up. That's amazing. Bosa did well. Menace did not do well, so that sucks. Tachi did really well on the inside. And then Melvin Ingram, not getting a contract, buddy. I know I said contract like that, but not getting a contract. You heard it's not good enough. Lambeau, absolute GOAT. I say we probably would have went 10 and something if it wasn't for our kicker. Our kicker was near flawless. Offensive 7th in the NFL, and then defensive 14th. Let's go to the awards. Please say we got something. So not even close to anything on that. We had the 5th for best coach. Offensive player of the year, we were not on the list. Defensive player of the year, Bosa at 3, Brown at 6, no one else. Offensive rookie of the year, did we even have anyone? A backup quarterback went 7, that's really sad. Defensive rookie of the year, this asshole over Menace, god damn it. Best QB, no. Best running back, no. Best wide receiver, very close. What about best running back, though? I'm surprised our other guy isn't on the list there. Offensive line, not close. D-line, Bosa, number 2. Absolutely cock-blocked by the Raiders, by the way. Completely cock-blocked. What's the stats, though? This could be a Super Bowl year for us, easily. Do we have any XP? Offensive line, Terrell Williams had a really good season, but still, he's getting on the older side, so he's not going to have a whole lot of XP. Defensively, Menace, not great. Bosa, of course, he's going to have some. Nothing spectacular. But at the same time, we still got to use our XP, and hopefully, I mean, if we lose to this team, I think it was the Colts, I would be very angry. So this is the team after the upgradage. Crowder is somehow one of the guys that doesn't have a +2 on him, even though he was amazing. He's the best offensive line, the offensive lineman on our team, and he went up to an 85 because of it. At least EA's XP ratings gave him the credit he deserved. Melvin Gordon, 90 overall with the +2. Phillip Rivers +1. Hunter Henry up to 92 with the +2. Minutes up to an 86. Not really the greatest, but he's got 85 finesse with like 80 block shed, so it's not too bad. Legit bounces up to an 85. He must have done well, and I just didn't notice it because he actually had about 8k XP, and at his age, actually he might not even be that old. I don't know, but I figured he wouldn't have a ton of it. 9-7 Colts. I don't know what the record is, or our overall is, because it probably hasn't updated, but it's still going to be better. Yeah, it's still going to be a lot better than the Colts. I'm just going to tap A down the field. I don't want to risk it just in case. I do want to see if it gets close. There, like it's close, but their defense can't hold any longer. The offense got to get something done. They do, but it's just one bit too late. We hold on 31-20. You're in Colts country. Well, the Colts are in couch country because, you know, they're gone. Sorry, pal. That's the Mickle, the middle linebacker that won Defensive Rookie of the Year, the dickhead himself. Take a look, though. Did Phillip Rivers way outperform him? He did. Phillip Rivers is a GOAT, man. Like, it's nice to be able to keep a team's quarterback and not replace them. You know, I think we replaced Joe Flacco, but it was a little different because Joe was already a low overall. Like, basically, if you don't know, if you watch these videos and you just don't know, wow, look at the sack potential. Basically, any quarterback over the age of like 26 or 27 probably really isn't going to upgrade much. That's what, you know, guys like Joe Flacco, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers, Andy Dalton, all those guys, they're not going to be able to upgrade themselves. So if a guy like Joe Flacco is an 80 overall, you know, he's screwed. He's stuck at an 80. But Phillip was already an 84, 85. So it doesn't really hurt us to have him at quarterback because he's already decent. Take a look. I believe our team should be updated. I don't even remember seeing our overall, but 88 to their 87. So we have the better team, but they have home field advantage. I believe they have Marshawn Lynch with his roster. Defense holds up, so it's 14-10. Defense holds up again. It's 17-10, and defense does it again, leaving us to a 10-point lead start of the third. Defense is holding their ground pretty well. Once again, I don't know what the turnovers are, what it is, but defense might have gotten us this win against one of the best teams in the league right now. I believe. Oh, a pick! I should have waited to see who that was. Oh my God, we are actually destroying them. Like, on field, like, or stats anywhere. What am I thinking? The score doesn't really tell you that we're destroying them, but 100%, like, absolutely lockdown defense. 16 points we allowed them only. Had the better rating because he didn't throw 3 picks, but overall, Phillip just kind of rode behind the team. You know, Melvin Gordon did the job he needed to do, and the defense did exactly what they needed to do. Marshawn was pretty solid for them. What about the sacks? I would assume the pressure is getting to them, or getting to our opponents. We got 5 in the first game, only 2 there, which tells me that we were just pressuring them a lot. Linton gets a pick. Jatavis Brown, and Casey Hayward also get a pick. So it said our offense was, what, an 89, with our defense being a 91. And defense is playing like a 99 overall, though. Darrelle Revis even getting involved. It's the Patriots. I didn't think about the Patriots at all. So we're going to go against the Patriots here, who don't have Tom Brady. Hopefully, there's a chance that he does stay, and that would be how ironic. 88 overall matchup here. The game loves to give the Patriots them wins, but we did beat them previously with a worse squad. So this game is surprisingly not in the snow since we're in New England, and they're doing some work down the field. Huge run on 2nd and 10, and that's going to be a touchdown up for defense doing some work, and they're going to punt this with 2 minutes left. All we need to do is get first downs, and that's what we do. No, we don't. I just want to see what the game says to do. Oh, the game says to go for this? Okay, that's all I want to do. I didn't want to cheat and give us the go for. We get it, and that's going to be game. I just wanted to make sure they would go for. No chance in hell a team from 1 yard away, up 4 with 1:20 left is not going for it. Not a chance. That's all I needed. And the Chargers do win this game by 4 against the Patriots. We're into the Super Bowl, fellas. And fillets, chicken fillets? I don't know. Fish fillet. Phillip Rivers did out-gunsling Garoppolo. Still threw a pick. Melvin Ingram did not really outplay Charles Sims. Like, he did all right. Just 2 touchdowns beats that for sure, especially considering one or a couple of his plays could have been from the goal line, which obviously adds to his attempts and not to the yards. The long road to the 2017 Super Bowl. One more win. That's all the Chargers need now. And it is against my Green Bay Packers. I want them to lose. Come on, San Diego. They've got to be very close. 89 overall. They're going to give us the home uniform here, which is rough. It's not a uniform that we would want in this scenario, but we can win this. An elite defense against an elite offense, a mid-tier offense versus a shit defense. So, I mean, you look at those numbers, and I like the chances. I think in real life, with both of these rosters, not a chance. Packers would probably destroy them because I just don't see the Chargers offense as that potent. 24-20. Defense is all out of the room. Where's the defense? Nobody knows. No team's defense is showing up. But that's the problem. We already knew theirs wasn't going to. But when ours doesn't, that's shocking. Just walking down the field now at this point. And defense, you want to make one stop. Aaron Rodgers is just absolutely lighting it up. What was that? A penalty on the offense. 3-point deficit in the Super Bowl. Can't move the ball, and this is the worst nightmare for the Chargers. Down 3. Packers ball, and they can't stop them. Oh, there's the stop. They go for the punt. Okay, so 4 minutes in the fourth. Got a chance here to do something great. 1st and 10, nothing. 2nd and 10, nothing. 3rd and 10, clutch play to Terrence Williams. The key, well, not key offseason pickup, but just an offseason pickup, basically. And with 2 minutes remaining, you're up 4, but you give Aaron Rodgers the ball. That is not a good thing. And here he is, 2nd and 10, gets a penalty on the offense. 2nd and 20, throwaway. 3rd and 20, 6-yard play. I want to see this in action. It's the Super Bowl. Gee, I don't know what they want me to do here. I guess cover two man. Let's take a look. Who do they have out there? Blunt. I'm just going to play on the D-line. I'm not even going to use her. I moved him in because it's just a habit. Is this going to be? This is the play. Jordy's open. He doesn't catch it. It's still not over, though. What happens here? Negative 2-yard rush. Nothing. Run up the middle. Oh, they kind of got screwed. With the timeouts and all that, they would have had about 8 seconds left. But, I mean, let's just be honest. 8 seconds. Aaron Rodgers is the magic man, but from about his own 25 at best, he's not going to get that down the field. Even though I love my Packers, I don't think he's going to get that to the end zone. And if he does, that would be the greatest Hail Mary of all. Like, if anyone, like, doubted that the Hail Marys are luck after that, like, you could suck a dick. Because, I mean, at this point, you could pretty much argue that the Packers are at least skillful at them. But, of course, we win. Shiny-ass Mike McCarthy's face looks like he's excited for some reason. Not really sure why I did the Chargers as a rebuild team this early. We are kind of onto those points where, the teams are getting pretty good. And I viewed this team as one of the weakest ones left, considering how good the other teams are also for youth. Kind of viewed Phillip Rivers as an old man that can't get it done for us. But he actually, performed like he should in real life. So, I like this rebuild. I like it. Weird part is the rookies didn't really help us a whole lot. I like to think Minnis did all right. I like to think moving pieces around what got us the wins, not really the rookies themselves. I mean, who do we start? Like a couple offensive linemen. The offensive lineman rookies are the only ones that made a difference. I'd like to think Aaron Rodgers outgunned Phillip here. I know it was a 5-4 better percentage, and Phillip didn't throw a pick, but when you compare the fact that our defense should have been absolutely locked down, and it was nowhere near that, you got to give the upper hand there to Aaron Rodgers, especially with a ground game that provides a 7.9-yard average with 3 touchdowns. That's pretty ridiculous. Jordy Nelson, Martellus Bennett, he threw the ball around like a psychopath. Defensively, who had the better sacks? Just one from us. 1 pick from Jatavis. That's kind of picks that Aaron Rodgers throws to. It's either deflection picks, just a really weird read from the outside, the one rare read, or he'll just not see the middle linebacker. Those are the 3 types of picks he'll have. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't know when the next time I'm recording one of these. Maybe you guys hit that 250 like goal or whatnot. But I don't know when the next time I'm recording these. So I want to know from you guys what team you think we should do next. I think there's a few teams. I believe, what was it? The Buccaneers, I think, was the one that I wanted to do next. But they are still pretty decent. So I'll read off the list of teams that I think could be next. So I'll just read them off in general. Jaguars, Panthers, Bengals, Saints, Eagles, Bills, Redskins, Buccaneers, Lions, Titans, Broncos, Texans, Finns of the Doll, Packers, Hawks, Giants, Steelers, Falcons, Cowboys, Patriots. So I think of the teams here I'm looking at, I think the next team should easily be the Saints. I would say Saints, Panthers, Bengals, Lions are going to be next. That's in my opinion, personally. Of course, the Eagles, they could be bust like this year. Redskins, I don't know what the hell's going on with them. I don't know if they're good. I don't know if they're bad. But yeah, I think that's next. I think Chargers should have probably been one of those teams like after maybe 4 or 5. But we still did them here, and we had a pretty good run of it. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!